an AI voice a human soul? I am Weira. Jean-Luc Godard once said, "All you need to make a movie is a girl and a gun." Many Hong Kong films have both. Sometimes, to make a movie truly great, you need a leading lady who can bring natural charm to the screen. In any film industry, such talent is rare. However, in Hong Kong, stars like Brigitte Lin, Cherie Chung, and Maggie Cheung were those rare icons who could make any film brighter just by being in it. While they were all legends, for me, Cherie Chung is the most charming of them all. She is a true screen goddess, rightfully known as the Marilyn Monroe of Hong Kong. Cherie Chung was born on February 16, 1960. Her parents were native to Boluo, Guangdong. She grew up in a modest family amid the post-war economic challenges of Hong Kong. After completing her basic education in Hong Kong, she worked at a jewelry shop. Cherie Chung's entry into the entertainment industry began with her participation in the 1979 Miss Hong Kong pageant, organized by TVB. Despite being widely regarded as a frontrunner and a favorite to win due to her striking beauty and charisma, she unexpectedly placed third runner-up. This placement, though disappointing, proved pivotal in launching her professional career. TVB quickly signed her to a contract. Following the pageant, Cherie engaged in early promotional and modeling work, including brief appearances on TVB's popular variety show Enjoy Yourself Tonight, and starring in television commercials. 1980, Cherie Chung debuted in The Enigmatic Case, a martial arts crime thriller directed by Johnny To. With this debut, her beauty immediately began to glow on screen. In 1981, she co-starred with Chow Yun-fat in The Story of Wu Viet, directed by An Hui. This was the first critically acclaimed movie for both Cherie and Chow, marking the start of their long-term on-screen chemistry. Cherie earned widespread critical acclaim for her performance. The film focused on the plight of Vietnamese refugees following the Vietnam War. It solidified her status as an emerging talent. It also served as the second installment of Hui's acclaimed Vietnam trilogy. In 1982, Cherie reunited with Chow Yun-fat in The Postman Strikes Back. She also starred in It Takes Two alongside Dean Sheck and Richard Ng. It was produced by Cinema City and directed by Carl Macker. That same year, she starred in The Dead and the Deadly alongside Sammo Hung, and then she earned her first Best Actress nomination for Eclipse. In April of this year, Cherie signed a contract with Shaw Brothers Studio, which greatly expanded her opportunities in mainstream productions. In 1983, Cherie starred in Shaw Brothers' Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It was a science fiction comedy directed by Alex Chung. It blended genres to appeal to broader audiences, contributing to her growing box office draw. This film features a scene recreating Marilyn Monroe's iconic skirt-billowing moment. This may have influenced her nickname as the Marilyn Monroe of Hong Kong. Then she starred in Hong Kong. It was about an illegal immigrant who moves to Hong Kong from mainland China in search of a better life. Her character is caught between a marriage that would protect her against deportation and an affair with an aspiring boxer. This film navigates romance and hardship against the backdrop of Hong Kong's wealth divide. It was Shaw Brothers' new wave film. The film showcases her at her youngest and most beautiful. She was nominated for Best Actress for this film. During this time, Cherie worked with both Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest. She starred in Golden Harvest's Winners and Sinners alongside Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan and Yuan Biao. We can say Winners and Sinners was her only film with Jackie Chan. Cherie was in Salt and Pepper and Hong Kong Playboys. Later, she also starred in another wuxia film, Descendant of the Sun. In 1984, Cherie Chung's career skyrocketed as she starred in a string of commercial hits. including Heaven Can Help, Maybe It's Love, and Prince Charming. And then My Darling Genie came. It was a Shaw Brothers female genie-style movie, and one of the most fun to watch films of hers. And then the Jin Yong novel adaptation film, The Hidden Power of the Dragon Saber. She was also in Banana Cop. Along with Tony Leung Ka-fai, she starred in Cherie Chung. All of these movies used her beauty as a weapon. However, her roles often highlighted strong, multifaceted female characters, contributing to greater representation of women in Hong Kong cinema by portraying them in diverse contexts beyond traditional stereotypes. In 1985, Cherie starred in The Flying Mr. B and Women. Women was her and Chow Yun-fat's union film again. And then Fascinating Affairs and The Spring Outside the Fence. In 1986, Cherie Chung was in Happy Ding Dong and Peking Opera Blues. Peking Opera Blues is one of Tsui Hark's masterpieces and features one of Cherie's most acclaimed historical roles, in which she starred alongside Brigitte Lin and Sally Ye. From her debut, Cherie was one of the busiest actresses in Hong Kong cinema until she retired, but this year marked a major peak in her career. In 1987, Cherie starred in Sayonara Goodbye, Double Fixation, and Goodbye, Darling. And then The Good, the Bad, and the Beauty. Golden Swallow was her return to the supernatural genre. And then in this year, Cherie co-starred with Chow Yun-fat in 2 films, Spiritual Love and An Autumn's Tale. Spiritual Love is a spooky film with a weak plot. But An Autumn's Tale was the best movie of her entire career. This film showed the best chemistry between Cherie and Chow. She was nominated for the Hong Kong Film Award for Best Actress and the Golden Horse Award. 1988 was Cherie Chung's most prolific year before her retirement. During this time, she starred in One Husband Too Many, Mr. Mistress, Couples, 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 and 18 Times. In that same year, she shared the screen with Joey Wong in Carry On Hotel and starred alongside Maggie Cheung in Moon, Stars and Sun. This period also marked her first collaboration with Leslie Cheung in the film Fatal Love. Additionally, she co-starred with Andy Lau in Walk on Fire, which featured a screenplay written by Wong Kar-wai and was produced by Eun Si-yuan. Wong Kar-wai had originally entered the film industry as a screenwriter back in 1983. Cherie followed this up with Bet on Fire. Notably, neither of these fire films had any connection to director Ringo Lam. She then reunited with Chow Yun-fat in The Eight Happiness. To cap off the year, she starred in Last Romance, which became one of her most acclaimed films and paired her once again with Maggie Cheung. Cherie and Maggie were frequent on-screen collaborators and top contemporary actresses of their era. A significant later project for them was the 1989 TVB production Sunset in Paris, also known as the Leslie Cheung Special 89. This 2-episode musical variety special featured Cherie and Maggie alongside Leslie Cheung, beautifully blending dramatic performance segments with promotional elements tied to his hit album. In 1989, she starred in The Yuppie Fantasia and reunited with Chow Yun-fat in Ringo Lam's Wild Search. Her performance in Wild Search earned her a Golden Horse Award nomination for Best Actress. When Cherie first entered the film industry, she made a name for herself in An Hui's Vietnam-focused drama, The Story of Wu Viet. Right before leaving the industry, she returned to a Vietnam-based narrative in Stars and Roses, co-starring once again with Andy Lau. The fascinating difference was her transformation. In her early career, she captured audiences as an innocent beauty, but by the time of Stars and Roses, she had matured into a deeply elegant beauty. Without much warning, Cherie Chung retired from acting in 1991 at the age of 31, while at the absolute peak of her career. Her decision came shortly after completing work on John Woo's Once a Thief, 1991. though An Hui's action thriller Zodiac Killers, 1991, marked her final on-screen appearance. In Zodiac Killers, Cherie co-starred once again with Andy Lau. Notably, the movie was a major departure from director An Hui's typical cinematic style, offering a gritty, action-oriented plot instead of her usual social realism dramas. Before she left the industry, Cherie Chung gave the best gift to all of her audience. It was John Woo's Once a Thief. This was everything we could ever imagine from Hong Kong cinema. Cherie, Chow Yun-fat and Leslie Cheung built a beautiful atmosphere in this film. This film marked her return to action with comedic elements and her first and last John Woo film. While it wasn't technically her final release, it is widely remembered as her true farewell movie. She struck us with her striking smile one last time and left it all behind. Cherie Chung retired before the handover and triad fall. She answered that her retirement was involved with triads. But I believe the fact she knew the coming of the handover made this too. As other Hong Kong Golden Age stars, the triads and the handover had a big impact on Cherie Chung too. Reflecting on her exit, Cherie Chung told The Post in 2006, "I was just sick and tired of the film scene. I was quite popular, and people forced me to make movies I didn't want to. There were a lot of gangsters back then. When everybody tries to gossip about you, you tend to seal yourself off, and bit by bit you lose touch with the outside world. That's why I decided I had to leave it all behind." She even left Hong Kong for a while to secure some personal space. In 1991, the same year she retired from the film industry, Cherie Chung married advertising executive Michael Chu Ka-ting in the United States. Sadly, Chu passed away from colon cancer on August 27, 2007. Chung has pursued a long-standing interest in photography, culminating in a charity exhibition titled To Hong Kong with Love in 2014. The exhibition featured 50 of her original images of Hong Kong, beautifully capturing the city's diverse natural landscapes and urban environments. Following her retirement from acting in 1991, Cherie Chung adopted a low-key lifestyle in Hong Kong, frequently dubbed the Marilyn Monroe of Hong Kong for her captivating beauty and on-screen charisma. Chung significantly influenced female stardom in Asian cinema by elevating the visibility and complexity of women in leading roles. Although she has not appeared in a film since 1991, the retired actress is still frequently described by her fans as a true screen goddess. Does she miss acting? She once answered, "All I miss about being in the film industry is the creativity that goes into the production process. After I left the scene, I felt my life had been enriched. I felt much happier, and I learned so many things I wouldn't have been able to if I had still been an actress."